What's going on, guys? My name is Chris,
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Allison.
and welcome to the sixth episode of the
Sure.
Nerdtopia podcast. Six, seven. I think we did five last week, but
Yeah, I think last week was fine.
all right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
first thing we're gonna jump into is the cast for the Inhumans TV series. Anson Mount is now Black Bolt. I've never seen him in anything, so
The
I
guy
just.
from Game of Thrones is also in the show. They
What is he?
cast
Who
him.
was he playing?
Uh,
Dagger.
I don't know, but the one that Jon Snow is Ramsay Bolton.
Ramsay
Oh,
Bolton?
Ramsey
I think he's the
Bolton.
villain or something.
Oh.
I don't know who he is.
Oh, he makes a good villain.
He
That's
does
what
make
he-
a good villain.
I don't know who he is, but I saw that was a couple days ago. They said that.
Okay.
So that's cool.
It's good that because the movie was supposed to be starting development in like 2014, and now I guess they're turning it into a show, which I guess you could get more out of a show than you can a movie. But I mean, I don't know if they're gonna start linking the MCU with the TV shows. That would be cool though.
Yeah, I mean, with this, it's going to premiere in IMAX first, so it's going to be in theaters, which is kind of cool. I don't really know about the Inhumans besides what is on Shield, which is pretty cool.
Same.
I don't really know it at all.
Yeah, we know you don't know anything.
Like I said, this last part of Shield was better than Flash.
I don't think so. I don't know.
You're not up to date, so you don't know.
I'm almost there though.
What are you up to? What season?
Season 3, episode 14, 15.
Okay, well, I'm talking about season 4.
Yeah, I know. I'm almost there.
Yeah. Season 3 was good too, but season 4 is lit.
Where it's at?
That's where it's at.
It is what the kids call lit.
You got your Grant Ward just popping up always.
I hate Grant. I hate him so much. He is so, he never dies. He
just keeps
never
coming back.
dies.
Well, that's what's good about that's what's good about the show, because he's the equivalent of Harrison Wells. Like, they just keep finding different ways to incorporate him into the show. So I like that.
Yeah. All right. In gaming news, we have the Nintendo Switch releasing on Friday. Since we work in retail, we were able to see how many we would get in, and we got a lot more in than we did the NES. We ended up getting a lot in. I'm not going to say the amount, because if somebody I know watches this, they're gonna go and scalp them all. But we got more than we did the NES, and we got 3 of the NESs. So I confirmed there was more than 3.
But someone called me today, and I was like, oh no, it was yesterday, and she's like, how early should I get there? I'm like, I wouldn't even get the console. Don't come. Because I'm like, there's no games for it. There's
Zelda.
Really nothing. What?
Zelda.
Okay, besides Zelda.
Yeah.
But how do you justify a $300 purchase for one game? I mean, I bought the Wii U just for Smash, but...
Well, I bought the Wii U for Zelda as well, because there was a rumor that they were going to be making a lot of games for it. And I think they made 2, and I was just like, I never bought them anyway, so... Yeah. I don't know. If I go in on Friday and if they're still there, I might buy one, but if not, I really don't care.
Well,
I don't really want to waste the money on it.
Yeah, well, the pre-reviews came out of the system, and they said that it was kind of buggy. They weren't you can't format an SD card on the actual system at the time. It was just it's not ready to be a full console. They're not I think they're rushing it to kind of compete with the PS4,
the Xbox One S, the PS4 Pro,
But it never will compete, I don't think.
I mean, it depends on what games they make, because okay, they're bringing FIFA, so they're bringing a sports game.
Yes. But that's not sports even out game at launch.
I know it's not out at launch, but that's
there's
no
Mario
start.
game that's disgusting, I think.
Yeah.
I think if you can't even make a Mario game as a launch title, you done screwed up.
Yeah.
There's like Just Dance. There's, from what I saw, there's the 1-2 Switch game, which is pretty cool. Which is like the Wii Sports, like for this console. Then you get the Just Dance, which is another remake of a Wii U game. They have like a Bomberman, Super Bomber. I don't know what that is, but that game. They had Zelda, of course, which is on the Wii U as well.
Well, they have the exclusive Switch, right? The Zelda exclusive.
Not that I know it's
No.
it was probably they probably done with pre-orders and that was probably online only. But I know we didn't get anything like that. We just got colors.
I think that was like a Nintendo shopper.
Yeah, probably.
Amazon maybe.
And then there was like Skylanders. That's the only other thing.
Skylanders. It was the biggest joke of a game ever.
Like,
I had to hunt for one of those figures for one of my mom's friends' kids.
Ugh. I'm sorry.
I got it in returns, and I was like, ha.
I'm gonna hide this for later.
All right, so.
There were 2 Hatchimals on the shelf today. It was very exciting.
Oh, were there? Did you set them on fire?
No.
Okay, I would have.
We saw one, and then we saw another one. I was like, oh man, 2.
A whole 2.
Whole 2.
All right, so starting soon, there's no. They just said as soon as they get it up, they're going to start it. Twitch is going to start selling games on their website. So how it's going to work is you're going to watch a streamer playing a game. If you like it, you could instantly buy the game off Twitch, which I think that's. Obviously, they have Twitch Prime now. I kind of felt this was coming, so it'll probably be cheaper than the $60 you would off the console.
Does the developer, or who get do you get a cut of that money because you're like kind of advertising it? Do they do anything like that?
Oh, if you're like if you're a partnered streamer, you probably get like a cut. But you're already getting. I mean, I guess it would be it would be added into your sales. Because I know when you stream on Twitch, there's a certain quota you have to hit per month when you're big on Twitch. But I'm sure that'll be in there.
But so let's say you're watching on a computer. Are you gonna get just like that game for the computer? Are they gonna give you different options?
I was reading, and you're gonna have to link your Xbox account or your PS4 account
to purchase it on the.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So with your Twitch will be your PSN or your Xbox Live or your Steam, and then you could buy it through there, or I think you could just choose your console and then pick a code. Because I'm sure some people will do some streamers will buy it, do giveaways,
Yeah.
Stuff like
that. That's cool.
Yeah, I think it's a cool thing. It's definitely something that I think it's honestly gonna compete with Amazon if they're getting it for the same price, say 14, how much are Amazon games release, like $47.99 or something like that.
Yeah.
So if you can get it that's pretty much going to rule out Amazon, unless you want the physical copy of the game, unless you want like a steel book or something.
Yeah,
that's going to rule it out, which it's bad for Amazon, but
yeah,
you can't win.
I mean, I think it's a good idea though, because
it's 100% a good idea.
Like if I'm watching someone play a game, I'm like, oh, I want to watch that.
Yeah,
I want to play that.
You want to buy the game, and then you can jump right into the game. You don't have to wait for it to get to you, or you don't have to go to a store, or you don't have to pay the full $60.
Yeah.
But hopefully they don't have issues, because I know Steam a while back had a whole bunch of issues with their shop.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully they don't have any of those kinds of issues.
I mean, Steam has that on the not on the regular.
It's a regular problem.
It happened. Not on Steam anymore, at least.
Well, I don't remember when it was, but it happened a while back, maybe a year or two ago.
They have times where their marketplace crashes and that. So.
No, I'm talking about they had a huge information leak.
Oh! I mean that. Anonymous. That happens.
That's
happened
normal.
on PS4. It's happened on Xbox. Yeah, no, that's happened.
Every retailer ever.
Every
Yahoo, Gmail.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about Gmail, but definitely Yahoo.
Oh yeah.
It always happens. Can't
right.
help it.
Hopping into movie news, Now, I know we said 2 week, in episode 4, Matt Reeves was going to be the director of the Batman. In episode 5, we said he wasn't, and now it's official. He is 100% going to be the director. This
Yeah.
was definitely like very good news. Obviously, there might be some struggle with Warner Brothers. So now the debate here will be: is he going to be able to make the movie he wants, or is he going to have to make the movie that Warner Brothers wants?
What's good about certain like companies or directors is like they have to find the balance in between the two. So which is what a lot of Marvel directors are good at. They can kind of like they appeal to whatever Marvel wants, but they also make their own movie, which is like something like Guardians of the Galaxy, like that director James Gunn. Oh, we could all. Did you guys see the trailer, the new one?
I did not actually.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I think it looks pretty good. The poster is pretty cool too.
I saw the poster though. You
Poster's
tweeted
dope.
it.
Yeah.
I really like the poster. This is like a Star Wars vibe. Like
Mm-hmm.
the first one also had a really cool Star Wars vibe, but this is like so colorful. It's kind of like a big like screw you to DC. I think because they're like dark and gritty. But but not like Suicide Squad where the poster was actually very colorful.
Yeah.
But this is like even more colorful than that. It's like whoa. But yeah, I don't really know what to say about Matt Reeves. I like him, I guess, as a director.
I mean, Cloverfield
I
was
like
good.
him. I
Yeah,
guess.
it really means nothing until you actually see the movie. Because from now, all we know is that Ben Affleck is writing it.
Mm.
He's in it, and he might want to stop being in it at some point.
At some point, but
At some point,
that
maybe sooner rather than later. But
he signed. Well, I mean, I don't think he's going to opt out of his contract. I think he'd get hit with a lawsuit that he doesn't want.
Yeah.
But I mean, if anything, we'll see him until Justice League 2, and then we'll see what happens from there.
yeah.
All right, next in movies, Hugh Jackman is obviously being asked, are you ever going to be Wolverine again? He said the only way he would is if they do an X-Men versus the Avengers. So that's good. He said he specifically wants to battle off with Chris Evans. Wants to have a battle with Chris Evans. So, I mean, it might not happen based on the fact that this is Chris Evans' last movie, and Marvel hasn't.
That's not true.
It's the last on his contract.
Okay, but that doesn't mean it's his last movie.
Well, it's the last on his contract. So
Robert
we have to
Downey's
wait for
out of
Marvel.
contract, but he still.
No, he's not.
He is. He's not in a contract. He goes
he's
like
on-
movie per movie.
Oh, he does movie for movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, and again, this is what makes it different. Like if someone like Ben Affleck, who potentially we don't know, but he might want to not do it anymore. It's the idea that he's getting tired. And on the other hand, you have someone like Chris Evans who was like, I'll do 6 and then I'll see where I am, and this is when he first signed the contract. He was like, I'll do 6, I kind of want to explore directing a little bit. Like that's that's just normal stuff. But recently, after Civil War came out, he's like, I could do these forever.
Yeah.
And he
he has stated that if Marvel wants him to continue, he will.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing.
I mean, it's on Marvel. That's it.
But Hugh Jackman, what's different about that he's been doing it so long, and he's been in I think 9 movies now. If they ever did decide to bring the X-Men into the Marvel universe, they would have to reboot it anyway, like they did with Spider-Man. So you're gonna have a new Wolverine then, which I'm fine with. I don't really care. I would prefer actually a more comic accurate Wolverine versus. I mean, I love Hugh Jackman, love him a lot, great guy, great Wolverine, but he's not actually Wolverine. So Wolverine's short and stocky and which if you know anything about the first X-Men movie when it came out, the actor dropped out 2 weeks into filming, so he was kind of a last minute addition to the cast. So that's why he wasn't built in the first X-Men movie, because he didn't really know he was going to be in it. But then people loved him, and then X-Men 2 was awesome, and then X-Men 3 was sort of okay, and then X-Men Origins was terrible, and then Apocalypse was bad too. There's a whole bunch of them, but he's in every one, and it's weird.
All of them are bad except for the first two, so we'll just leave it at
mean,
that.
I like Days of Future Past, but that's just me. And that's the thing, though. Like, but this basically means that he's not gonna be in it anymore.
Yeah,
because things that will never happen. X-Men giving up the rights back to Marvel. That's never gonna happen.
Yeah, Fox is very stubborn.
Yeah.
But you know what? Sony was stubborn too until their second reboot. Their reboot failed. So
yeah.
But
and then they were like, all right.
Yeah, because I liked the first Amazing Spider-Man was pretty okay, but the second one was I did not like at all. But I like Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man.
You do? Okay.
But I think this Spider-Man is a much better Spider-Man.
Well, he's younger. He's more awkward.
Yeah. And it's just like they get the like Spider-Man's my favorite superhero, so I think they nailed like what the character should be.
Yeah.
As they did in the first three. With the Toby
Toby Forever.
Like those are great movies. Like the first one is kind of corny, but the second one is actually like one of my favorite movies ever because it really like if you watch it now, it actually kind of holds up. Anyway, that's a different story for a different time. We can review that movie together.
So next in news, Nightwing movie being developed, and it's being directed by the Lego Batman director. I forget his name. I didn't feel like looking it up.
I forgot. Yeah. And it's no one important, really.
Computer.
I mean, he computer. I mean, he did a good job with Lego Batman, but we have to see who he's going to cast as Nightwing. You know.
Well,
it's just a whole bunch of things.
The guys who did Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, okay? Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. They went on to then, so that was their first movie. I don't know if they did the sequel. Their next movie was 21 Jump Street. Their movie after that was 22 Jump Street, maybe. Okay. Their movie after that was the Lego movie. And their movie after that is now the Han Solo movie. So, really, like, it doesn't matter if you're doing live action or animated. It's kind of the same principle. It's a little different being on set and, like, that aspect of actually dealing with actual actors.
Yeah, and not just voice actors.
But it's, you know, I don't think that really is the problem. The interesting thing about this is that, like, we were talking last time about, like, we want to see Nightwing. Like, this is an awesome idea, I think. The problem is this have anything to do with Ben Affleck not wanting to be Batman?
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
It's really something we're going to have to play by ear.
Like, are you cool with not having Batman in these movies?
In, like, the Nightwing movie?
Or, no, I mean, like, in general. Like, if they stopped doing, like, if Ben Affleck was not in it, and Batman wasn't in it, but, Nightwing was a character. Like, would you, I know personally, I would not be okay with them not having Batman in the movie.
Yeah, because Batman is the cornerstone.
But I would kind of be okay with a Dick Grayson Batman.
No.
So
no.
You don't know.
Hashtag not my Batman.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna fan cast 2 people right now for Nightwing. Number 1, Stephen Yeun, Glenn from Walking Dead.
My boy.
100%, he's my number 1. Number 2, Milo Ventimiglia.
Oh god.
Look him up.
He was at the Ranger game last night.
Oh really?
Yeah.
John, you gotta start going to Ranger
games. He's a huge Ranger fan.
He's a little too huge.
Huge.
He's a tremendous fan. He looks the part, but he's a little old, but he's like almost 40. He's like 39. But he does, like, I could see him being, like, he has the look, I think. But I kind of want to see, like, maybe a different, you know, maybe like a black actor or an Asian, like Stephen Yeun. Like
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover is everything ever.
Donald Glover could play anything, and I'd be okay.
A Batman movie with Donald Glover as everything.
Well, like with Will Arnett as Batman and Donald Glover as Robin and every other character. Actually, just every character is Donald Glover. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna throw my fan cast out there then. I really only have one, and that's Kit Harington.
He would make a good.
See,
he's got the hair. He's got the hair.
on Instagram. I'm gonna shout out someone's page. I think his name is Boss Logic. He does like all the. Have you seen it? Like
I think I've seen his concept art.
he
Yeah.
does like no, it's not concept art. He does like
Okay.
like photo like manipulations and stuff like that. He does a lot of the Flash.
Link it to
He's
me.
like a graphic artist, like a graphic designer.
At
He's got
me real quick.
at Boss Logic. You know, he's got 390,000 followers at the time of this video. He's followed by Grant Gustin. He does a lot of Flash stuff, but he does post a
He
lot
just
of
did a
like
Black Bolt. Okay.
yeah. So he does a
Cable.
lot. A lot of like stuff. The one I saw, he did like the guy Jared Padalecki from Supernatural as the character. I could sort of see it. No, he did Zac
He's
Efron.
like 7 feet tall. I think he's
He's too tall.
Zac
He's too
Efron
tall.
as the character Nightwing. I think that could possibly
But
maybe.
but there was also big speculation of Zac Efron possibly being Jason Todd if they were to introduce him. If he's not already Jared Leto.
Which he's not, but
you don't know that.
I would really be. I mean, like things I don't really care about. I feel like this character can sort of be interpreted in many ways. So I'm kind of cool with them doing any. Like I don't care who they pick, as long as they can act and they look cool. Because Nightwing just looks cool to me.
Yeah. Well, so the Jared Padalecki one looks cool, but I think the Zac Efron one looks better.
It's also like, who do you want? Like what dynamic are they going for with Batman and this person who was Robin but is now not Robin?
Well, what about Stephen McQueen? He also did one for him.
Yeah, he did a bunch, but I don't really know who that actor is. I think he was rumored to be it initially, but they stopped.
He was on the Vampire Diaries. He was like really good on the Vampire Diaries.
Yeah, but I'd be down for anyone. I just like Steven Yeun because I think I liked him on The Walking Dead, and I like Glenn, and I don't know, just something about him. He has a very good screen presence, so I think it would work. Plus, it's cool to have like a Korean actor playing this character. For me,
who's been white.
What?
It's good to have him playing a character who's been white the entire time. But that's a
character like. People freak out with these like, oh my god, they changed, they're ruining my childhood. I'm like, for me though, like I don't think Nightwing people really care about. Like, do people care about Nightwing? Like, would they feel really offended?
They do, because he's the first Robin.
Yeah, okay, but the character, like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. For me, it doesn't matter. I would be okay with anyone being it, but I got my sights set on Milo and Steven Yeun. Milo.
I'm down for Kid or Zach, because I mean Zac Efron, he's kind of short, but Kit Harington is my number one, and who I hope goes into, because if you think about it, he's pretty much done with Game of Thrones now.
But can he actually not? Can he does that voice like this very well? Like he's very like, can he actually be like a normal person in acting?
Yeah. I'm sure he can.
I don't know. Because once you're in that Game of Thrones mindset, like I haven't seen him outside of Game of Thrones. I only know him as Jon Snow.
Yeah.
I don't know how he would do.
I mean, it's kind of like putting Sansa in Sophie Turner in.
And I don't think she was not good in the movie.
She was fine. I mean, I didn't really hate her character.
Breaking through.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, I noticed it. Maybe because I knew she was British, but I'm like, oh, I hear her accent.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's the same thing, like, when I watched the originals, like, all of their accents.
You're saying the originals. What is this?
It's a Vampire Diaries spinoff.
Oh, that original. Okay.
Jesus, you and Vampire Diaries.
The original X-Men movies. I don't know. Okay. Well, okay. All right, then.
All right, next on the list. David Ayer, I think a few days ago, tweeted a picture of Black Mask. Now, obviously, we know he's working on Gotham City Sirens. Possible villain. Yes, no, maybe so.
Who's Black Mask?
He is a Batman villain. He's the equivalent to Red Skull. They look the same. I don't know which. I'm not going to get into that debate who was created first, but they look the same. Except for Red Skull is red, Black Mask is black, and I think it's just a mask. I don't think it's
really?
actually his actual face.
The Red Skull is red. That's what you're telling me. Just to confirm.
Yeah.
It's not purple.
Okay. Just to recap.
It's not purple. I mean, some people thought it was purple.
What color is George Washington's White Horse?
What color is the dress?
Black and blue.
Black and blue.
I mean, the dress is actually that color, though. If you see white...
If you see white and gold,
if you see white and gold, you're just not...
You need new glasses.
You're just seeing it wrong. You're just... the actual item was black and blue. So, therefore, it is black and blue. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
It is
so Black Mask was, for people that don't really know him, like in the comics, he was in Arkham Origins, if you played that.
No, I didn't. I never played that.
He's kind of like also no, you didn't play it. You don't play anything. But he's kind of like just like a thug.
Yeah.
Is he on Gotham?
Doesn't have any real powers. Yeah, I mean, it's a good way to introduce a new villain that nobody would think to see.
Okay.
But we'll see what happens. Okay, and now for the final segment, Emma Stone, possible Batgirl for the DCEU. Boss Logic also made that art.
Yeah.
Which honestly, if that doesn't happen, I might be mad. I might be really mad.
Okay, so the question is, does Emma Stone want to do this, like, for an extended period?
I mean, she gets put in a wheelchair after a while, so I don't see why not.
What?
You literally have to sit on set and roll around. I don't see why not.
What do you mean roll around?
She's going to become Oracle. What do you mean?
Oh, I didn't... Okay, well...
Like...
Well, you're assuming Oracle versus Batgirl.
Well, I mean, she could be casted as both, or cast as both. Before you fucking correct me before I shiv you.
You corrected yourself, so it's fine.
Yeah.
You knew.
So like, I mean, obviously they probably want her in the Batgirl costume for a few movies, maybe like 2-3 movies, and then Batgirl's rumored first appearance is in Gotham City Sirens.
So is this so? Yeah, the thing is, we don't know like how the movie is gonna turn, like what kind of plot they're going with. Are they gonna do the same thing as Suicide Squad, where it's like you got Catwoman, Harley Quinn, and who are the three?
Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy, and then like Batgirl's kind of teaming up with them or whatever to take down Black Mask, or like.
I feel like Batgirl's gonna be trying to take down Black Mask, and then they kind of just all like meet up, and they kind of just want to go their own separate ways.
Because I'm cool with like having Batgirl be the main character, because it'll give us someone to like root for. Plus, it's like another cool hero.
Yeah.
And then like,
I don't think she'll be the main. It's obviously gonna focus on the three.
Yeah, but should it? That's the question.
Well, that's the whole point of the comic. But I think she's gonna play a major role in the movie, 100%. Maybe she convinces.
I'm skeptical about this whole concept.
The Gotham City Sirens to join. So.
Yeah. Alicia Silverstone is always Batgirl.
Yeah. So is George Clooney. Get the Bat credit card. We're good to go. It's an unlimited credit card. But what I want to know is, who does he pay, like? Who pays the Bat credit card? Does it go to like? Does he get a bill every month? Like, who does he pay? And who is he making it out to? And where is
he's making it out to himself?
Is it from Bruce Wayne? Like, that's pretty obvious. Then that he's he's Batman. But like, who finances the?
He's just Batman's roommate.
It's probably Wayne Corp.
I think it was like Visa in the actual movie.
Oh. I mean, you might have a Visa card, but it might be like a corporate card.
No,
it was called Goth Card. Okay,
Goth Card. Oh, what? Where do you sign up for that credit card?
Wow. Okay. So
hot topic.
It says Batman. It's the Batman logo, and then it says goth card in the corner, and then it says good through forever. There's no expiration date.
There's no expiration date. What's the limit on it?
Get it?
What's the limit on it?
It doesn't say.
There is no limit. The limit does not exist.
Limit DNE. I have one other thing of news, actually. So they, at the Oscars, they spoke to Mel Gibson. Apparently, he has spoken to them about where he would want to take Suicide Squad 2.
Yeah.
Which is cool, I guess. I don't really care. I mean, Hacksaw Ridge is awesome. Check it out. Mm-hmm. Great movie. He's a great director.
No, he really is. So I mean, if this actually happens,
whatever. This is his return to Hollywood. He's
a little racist, but I mean, if he can make a good movie, I'll turn a blind eye to it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He can do it. He's never done that kind of movie though. He's never done like a Hollywood big budget movie. He's always kind of done like these, which have all gotten good reviews and that kind of stuff, but
yeah.
It's more about, in my opinion, understanding the source material, and then kind of knowing how to adapt it. I mean, I thought David Ayer knew the source material too, but apparently there was confusion with Warner Brothers and all that kind of stuff about where they wanted to take it versus trusting in their director to take it one way.
Yeah.
But that's always a problem. That will always be a problem. So we'll have to see with this movie too, like the Gotham City Sirens, what's the purpose of the movie? Like, that's really what I want to know. Like, what?
Probably to introduce Catwoman and Poison Ivy.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like at some point in the Batman 2018, we're gonna end up at Arkham Asylum, and all those villains are gonna have to be locked up.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where that's obviously where it's leading to.
I mean, what's good about this movie is that they can make this take place in the past. They can kind of do whatever. I would rather it be kind of set in the past, so it's not kind of, like currently happening. For me, the problem is like if this movie comes out before Green Lantern, I will riot.
Oh, it's 100% going to come out before Green Lantern,
which is a problem. It's a problem because I want to see a Green Lantern movie. I want to see a Martian Manhunter movie. I want to see a Green
Why do you want to
see a
Martian? Why do you want to see a Martian Manhunter movie?
Because he's a core member of the Justice League. They're not putting him in this movie, but
I don't think
they're replacing him. They're replacing the Cyborg.
I know that's dumb. Who cares about Cyborg?
Wait, why are they replacing him?
I don't know.
The Green Arrow is supposed to be in the Justice League.
He's not the original 7 though. He's not in the original 7.
We'll see. Because Aquaman, Wonder Woman is going to be the test. Because we got two movies. We got Wonder Woman this year. We got Justice League.
I think Wonder Woman will be great. It's an origin story. It's nothing connected to the DCEU. There's nobody there.
Apparently it is. Apparently there's some scenes that correspond.
What do you think? Barry goes back in time?
I don't know, but
Barry, don't fuck the timeline up.
But
Barry,
again, that's something that they can do, but they can't do it now. Like they need to establish a universe first before getting the tricky nuances of time travel and comic book things. Like it took Marvel a long if you watch Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, even the originals like Captain America 1, they played it safe because they didn't know how much the audience could handle of comic bookness. But now you go to Civil War and even Avengers 2, and there's so many here there's no now they're teaming up, they're doing their own solo movies. The fact that Thor and Hulk are teaming up in a movie, they're doing a Black Panther movie. I think Bucky's gonna be in that, Winter Soldier. They're gonna do all these team up movies. That's cool. But it took them a while to get there. They didn't start there. They started at making good origin stories that are independent of one another, and then they did the first team up movie. Instead of doing it this way, where we get Batman v Superman, Wonder Woman, and then introducing Aquaman, Flash, Cyborg, someone else. Is there anyone else?
Superman.
Yeah, well, pretty much, because he's a new character, really. No emotional depth at all.
Isn't the same Justice League villain the same Wonder Woman villain?
I don't think so. The Justice League villain is the guy they teased in like the deleted scene of Batman Steppenwolf.
Is that's Atrocitus, right?
No, I don't think so. I don't know anything about DC stuff, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. But
like, I mean, in defense, in defense of DC, like comic book movies weren't they weren't big back then. You know?
No, but I think they were because we were, the first.
No, like comic book movies now are what everyone waits to see. Like, yeah, they were good, but they were never like the main.
I don't know.
Like the main movie to see.
For me, as a kid I watched. I didn't watch really Batman too much. I watched Superman, the first two with Christopher Reeve, and then I watched my first like, where I had every toy was X-Men. That got me into like Marvel. At that time, they were like bankrupt Marvel, so they were doing everything they could to like save their business. So X-Men came out like 2000. I was 6. That was like the most amazing movie to me because I love Wolverine. I had every action figure. Then 2002, I think, is when Spider-Man came out, and that became my all-time favorite movie. Like comic book movie, like that, like set the standard. And then Spider-Man 2 came out. Then Spider-Man 3 came out. These were big movies. They were blockbuster movies.
Yeah.
But then when Marvel started doing their own with Iron Man, they're big. It is what it always is what it. I don't know what you're saying where you're like they weren't big because they were always big.
I mean, they were big, but they like average people didn't go to see them. You know,
I think the opposite. I think they did. I think they were the ones going to see them. Now we have people. Now it's more commonplace to like, Captain. Like people now know of like, oh, they know all these different characters. I mean, I know that back then it was kind of like, people were less into comic books and pop culture and that kind of stuff. But they still, they knew of Spider-Man because of the movies, and they saw the movies because they knew that they were getting like a good, action movie with cool, computer generated stuff. But like now it's a little different because now everyone knows everything about every character, and there's so much stuff out there, so they're kind of like constantly overwhelmed. But I think that like that should kind of that if anything that should give DC the advantage where like now they know how to like they know where to begin, but they don't in a way. Like they should have everything they need to make these movies really great, but then they don't trust their director, or they don't trust the writer, or they give Ben Affleck a hard time, and like Ben's the man, so just let him do what he wants.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that Marvel did is they literally had a 20-year plan when they started these movies.
But again, that's smart. That's smart.
Yeah. But if that failed, do you think they would have like tanked again? They would have gone bankrupt again?
Well, again, I think they have like outs in all their films. So like when Iron Man 1 came out, they filmed the movie. Then they added that little post-credit scene with Nick Fury, which like, oh my god, Nick Fury, oh my god, Samuel L. Jackson, oh my god. And it was like a big deal. I remember like freaking out. My dad and I were freaking out in the theater. But that was like they added that because they knew the movie got good reviews and was gonna make a lot of money. But each movie though doesn't kind of depend on the other. For the first they call it like phases. So like the phase 1 movies, which is like Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, ending on the Avengers, like they're kind of all separate. You can kind of watch.
Yeah.
You can watch Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 2. They're kind of like on their own. Thor's on his own. Cap's on his own. But in the end, they all meet up in the Avengers. I think that's like smart because then they knew like, okay, if Avengers really bombs, then we could just stop right there.
Dip out.
We're good.
Yeah.
You can dip. There's like an exit point. But DC like they don't really. They're not making the movies though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, but they are though. They just took them a while. Like now they are. Like this year we have 2, but it feels like we should have seen another one already.
Yeah.
Although we should have had another origin.
I mean, in my opinion, not everyone agrees with that, but
No, I understand because I feel like we should have had another origin movie.
But again, they chose to have Suicide Squad at that moment. I don't know. I don't know if releasing Suicide Squad this year was a good move. They could have put any other movie. I would have seen Aquaman, Green Lantern, Flash. Like all these movies should have been like there, so that by the time you see, uh, Justice League, we're like, oh, we know all these characters. We're like, we like them. Like, do we like any of these characters? Like,
I do.
who do you like based on what you've seen?
Ezra Miller.
Okay, he's good, but he's gonna get. I mean, and I do like him. I like the actor too, but I feel like he's gonna get constant comparisons to Grant Gustin, and I love Grant Gustin more, so it doesn't matter. But they have to really. But we've seen so little of him that I can't even form an like
a Flash opinion on him. Yeah.
Is that a pun? Did you make a pun? Like a quick Flash opinion?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, it was decent. I'll give it to you.
I didn't mean to do that.
Oh.
Okay.
But yeah, like hopefully he is cool. I don't know, but we haven't seen him. We've seen him. I'm judging based on the trailer, where he like makes a funny joke with Ben Affleck. Like that's literally like a second, like 20 seconds from a 2.5 hour movie.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, there's a rumor that we're getting a Justice League trailer with the release of Logan this Friday.
That would be smart. They should do that.
That would be dank.
Well, we got we got we got the Guardians trailer today. We got there was another one I think that was supposed to be coming out. I don't know. A lot of like Disney movies are going to start coming out now. I think the first one is Beauty and the Beast. Hopefully they do something with Star Wars. I'm excited for that too. But they're gonna the difference.
Well, they've been dropping. Yeah. Oh, sorry. They've been dropping like Beauty and the Beast, like singing. Like,
have you seen the Gaston clip?
Yeah.
Really, really awesome.
No, yeah, I'm very excited.
He's apparently LaFau is gay. Do you hear this? He's the first gay character in a Disney movie. Is that his name, LaFau?
No, the guy in Frozen, the inn guy.
He's not openly gay. He's not openly gay.
Oh, okay, that's true.
He's the first openly gay character.
Okay.
Who?
In Frozen, she goes to like this lodge place, and the guy, like, they theorized that he was gay.
But he's not openly gay. So.
So I was reading online today that apparently he's actually going to have like he's going to be struggling with his sexuality, quote unquote, from this Yahoo article.
That'll be interesting to see.
Because in the movie though, he's kind of like obsessed with Gaston, so it's funny like that.
Yeah.
Like, now it kind of makes sense. They're like, oh, I get it. He has a crush on him. No one fights like Gaston, so.
Yeah, but Disney's about to release like a whole bunch of animated movies within the next few years. Like a whole bunch. They're gonna have the Toy Stories movies, the Car movies, The Incredibles.
Cars Like Stark.
You're confusing Disney and Pixar. Okay.
Disney Pixar is about to release a whole bunch of new movies in the next few years.
No, that's okay. So no. Again, no. There's three. Well, there's two.
I'm gonna stop you guys right there. All right, Star Wars.
What about Star Wars?
Where are we at? When are we getting this trailer, John?
Well, in April they're doing the Orlando celebration.
So
they confirmed that the director will be there. So I'm assuming they're going to show something. That's what they did for Episode 7. They released like the trailer at the. I remember class ended. I ran to the library so I could watch the live stream of the conference, and I was almost in tears as they showed Han and Chewbacca, and he's like, "We're home," and I was like, I was so happy.
When is that Star Wars celebration?
It's in April sometime.
Beginning and
I have
middle?
no idea.
Okay.
I know that it is sold out. I believe actually, but everyone's going because now that they announced the cast, everyone's like, we gotta go. And
I hope we get good news with that. That'll be.
But the thing is, they don't have to release anything because they know people are gonna see it, so there's no rush.
Yeah.
Like it took them a while to even release the title, so we'll see. I'm ready.
I want a trailer and I want it now.
I'm ready for as much or as little as they want to give me.
I want everything. I want the movie right now.
But the thing is, like, there's a point where like you don't want a trailer if it's gonna spoil too much.
I just want the movie. That's it.
Yeah, I want the movie too, but you know.
I'll take a trailer.
I'll take anything.
Boo. Boo trailers. Boo. Boo.
Boo.
Actually, gay trailers because trailers become fan theories, and I can watch that for like 10 hours.
But there are many movies that are better than the trailer, and there's many trailers that are way better than the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, well, speaking of fan theories, I was watching this video before we went to the gym today. Mm-hmm. And Disney kind of put together all their movies, and they like basically said that the fan theory that all the Disney movies are connected.
Yeah, I've seen that like times.
Oh, well.
That's not new.
I saw it today.
Pixar movies are connected, or all the Disney movies are connected?
Like, all right, like fucking what's his Rapunzel was on the way to like Elsa and Anna's fucking ceremony.
No,
Disney.
There's
another one involving Pixar movies.
It's okay, so in the Pixar Disney universe. So like in the video I was watching, it had Up, but it also had Brave in it.
Oh.
Okay, that's Pixar.
Is Brave Pixar?
Yes.
Is it?
It's the worst of them. Third worst. Cars 2, and then Brave. And then Monsters University.
Okay, well the Pixar, the Pixar thing.
I make this distinction because there is a clear distinction.
So how was Brave connected to Cars? Explain that to me.
But they're not really. It's connected.
Like Cars is connected to Monsters Inc. because like there's toys in Monsters Inc. with like the car figures. And then Monsters Inc. is connected to Brave because when she goes into the witch's hut, there's like sculptures of Scully. So people say that the witch is like Boo. It's like this whole big like thing.
There's also an Indiana Jones artifact in Star Wars Rebels. So I think that is literally like the worst point you just made.
Wait, what?
Like it's no correlation. Like I was looking on Twitter and there was an Indiana Jones artifact in the Rebels TV show, and like it has no correlation. It's there because it's there. It's there because Disney put it there.
Well, it's there because there's gags in the Star Wars movies where they do that. Like in Raiders of the Lost Ark, you can look and you can see that. I'm not really sure. On one of the tombstones, you see C-3PO and R2-D2. They did that because George Lucas wrote Indiana Jones, so
yeah. But I don't think there's any correlation with that.
I don't think there is either.
That's really reaching. Yeah, that's really reaching.
The theory is there, but who knows? They don't do it on purpose. They're not creating like a universe like Marvel.
Snoke has a better chance at being Palpatine. Let's just put it that way. Put up a wall, right in the middle of space.
Wall.
Make the galaxy great again. Okay. I think that's gonna wrap it up. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. If you enjoyed, again, please remember to leave a comment and saying what you want us to talk about. If you want us to talk about something different, we will. We're very open to that stuff. So until next time, I'm Chris.
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Allison.
And we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.